Hello, my name is Jamie Surdich, and I am the International Student and Scholar Advisor in the IPS office. And today I will be going through a presentation over Social Security number and Michigan driver's license. So we will start off our presentation with what is a Social Security number, also known as an SSN. A Social Security number is used for employment purposes only. It is not a work permit. It does not allow you to work. It is used for employment purposes only, and it is a number that is directly tailored to you for tax purposes. When you are a new student or a J1 scholar that has arrived at Michigan Tech, you must wait until 14 days after your I-20 or your DS 2019 has been activated in order to go to your appointment. If you go to your appointment before this timeline, they will send you back to our department saying that something is wrong with your record, when in reality, it's already activated, it just doesn't show as active on their end. Looking a little bit more at the activation timeline, if you are a supported student by Michigan Tech, where you are receiving full tuition as well as a stipend, your record can be activated before the second week of classes, preferably the first week of classes. You will need to reach out to our department and fill out our supported student I-20 activation Google form. And from there, we can activate your record, and then you will then again need to wait 14 days to schedule that appointment. You can schedule the appointment ahead of time, but you need to make sure that you tell them that you are an international student or scholar and that you will need to wait for that timeline. Other non-supported students that have other sources of funding, records will be activated towards the end of the second week of the semester. So you will want to wait until the end of the fourth week or the fifth week to go to your appointment. Again, as mentioned before, the Social Security office has roughly a 2-week delay in their system in order to show your record as activated. So it takes about 14 days to show on their end of things that it is activated. Who is eligible for an SSN? In order to be eligible for an SSN, you must be paid in the United States with your employment. So F1 students, if you have an on-campus job at one of the Michigan Tech departments, or if you are receiving graduate supportive funding from Michigan Tech from your academic department, for example, if you are a graduate teaching assistant or a graduate research assistant, you are eligible. If you are an F1 student that has an off-campus job offer letter, and you are also authorized to work, whether that is on CPT for an internship or OPT for after graduation employment, then you are also eligible. If you are a J1 student that has a job offer and work permission from your DS 2019 sponsor in order to do academic training, you are eligible. If you are a J1 visiting research scholar that is receiving financial support from Michigan Tech in terms of a salary, you are eligible. And finally, if you are a J2 dependent that has received an employment authorization document, also known as an EAD card, which allows you to work in the United States, you are also eligible for an SSN. So how do you apply for an SSN in the Houghton area? We do have the Houghton Social Security office in our area. They are located in 902 Razorback Drive, Suite 3. And in order to make an appointment, you have to give the telephone number on the slide a call. They are very, very busy and they are sometimes short-staffed. So it may take you a while to get a hold of someone and you may be on hold for a while. So just be sure that you are patient and someone will get back to you as soon as they can. This Houghton Social Security office is a little bit away from campus, but what you can do is you can use the Michigan Tech shuttle service because they have a bus stop near this area. So if you want to check the shuttle services schedule, it is on the Transportation Services website and you can plan your appointment accordingly. What do you need to bring to your appointment? So all of this information, as well as the documents that are required, are listed on our website, which is linked at the bottom of this slide. But these are the documents that you will need to bring. Whether you are an F1 or a J1 holder, you will need to bring a valid passport and visa. You will need to bring a valid I-94, which is your travel record. This can be found and printed online through the Customs and Border Protection webpage and should be kept with you at all times. If you are an F1 visa holder, you should bring all of your original I-20s that you have received. And if you are a J1 visa holder, you should bring all original DS 2019s. You will need an employment verification letter, which will come from whatever department is hiring you on their department's letterhead. And the link to this form is found on our website. You will just need to make sure that you speak with your department regarding this. You will need a support letter from our department that will indicate your job as well as your visa status. There's a Google form that you will fill out on the webpage linked. And then once we have processed that letter from our department, we will send you an email letting you know that it is ready to be picked up. Please note that it may take us a few business days to process this document, so please be sure you request this letter far enough in advance from our department. Since you will need an originally signed I-20 or DS 2019, depending on your visa type, you will want to indicate in the Google form that you will need an originally signed I-20 or DS 2019. If you already have one, you can indicate no in that question. And then finally, there will be a PDF of the Social Security application that will need to be completed and brought to the appointment. Moving into Michigan driver's license or state ID cards. To earn a Michigan driver's license, there are a few different tests that you will need to pass in order to obtain your license. You will first need to pass a written test, which will ask a lot about the laws and regulations in the United States. If you fail this test, you do have the option to take it again on the same day if you feel you are prepared for it. Otherwise, you can reschedule it at a later date. You will also need to pass a road sign test, which will ask you various road signs that you may come across in your journey. You will need to pass a vision test, and you will also go out on the road with an instructor for a driving test as well. If you pass all of these portions of your test, you will then receive a limited term license. This limited term license is based on the program end date that is either on your DS 2019 or your I-20. If you end up getting an extension in the future on your I-20 or DS 2019, you can always reapply for an extension on your license as well once you have your new document. Again, the Michigan driving license or state ID process is the same as a social security number, in which you must wait 14 days after your record has been activated by our department before you apply for your license. You are welcome to make your appointment as soon as possible, but you must let them know that you have to wait a certain timeline in order for your record to show as active. What documents do you need to bring? You will need to bring 2 proofs of Michigan residency, and on our website, we will have a PDF of documents in which is approved for this requirement. One of these can be requested from our office. Again, like the social security number, you will fill out a Google form in which we will then process the letter and send you an email once it's been ready. You will again need your valid passport and visa, as well as I-94 record, your originally signed I-20 or DS 2019. If you have had a change of status, for example, if you went from F1 to an H1B visa, you will need to bring your I-797 approval notice. You will also need to make sure to bring your social security card if you have one. If you do not have a social security number, you will need to make sure that you get a letter of ineligibility from the Social Security office in order to be eligible to still get a driving license or state ID card. You will receive an ITIN letter, which is the letter of ineligibility as well from our department. So if you need this letter, please be sure to send us an email at ips@mtu.edu. Finally, if you have off-campus employment authorization and you have an EAD card, you would need to bring that as well. Once you have collected your documents, you can prepare for your written and road sign test using the booklet, What Every Driver Must Know. This link can also be found on our Michigan driving license website. Once you have prepared for your driving test, you can apply for your license in person at the Secretary of State branch office in Houghton. The shuttle schedule will also go to that general area, so you should check out the Michigan Tech Transportation Services shuttle website in order to get the timings. That is everything that is covered in this presentation. Again, please look at our websites for Social Security and Michigan driving license in order to get more information. And if you have any other follow-up questions, you can always reach out to our office. Thanks for watching.